Hey, welcome. We're back in our Four Corners map in Timberborn today, and today we'll be working over in the industrial section, hoping to get a couple of things set up, hopefully some stuff in our power zone as well, and then just working to see what we can get done in maybe the other two sections just a little bit. But our industrial section, as you can see, has a large amount of metal here that needs cleared out, and we need metal. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down a couple of these. Now for the industrial section, I was thinking of using a different path here. I think we'll use the metal path. That seems very industrial, even though it kind of looks like gravel, but that's okay. We'll get some metal here. I've already got the storage set up for it. Also, let's come up here and set up a little bit of power. Now, we're just going to use the regular windmill for now, but eventually we will upgrade these to probably larger ones. Let's see, we can do 3 across there and 1 here. Here we go. Let's get the brick road in here. That looks nice. Then we'll put in the connectors. There we go. There we go. And we'll connect those together afterwards. Let's run, since we don't have our dynamite yet to actually put underneath here, we're going to have to run a bit of a power cord here, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Eventually, we are going to turn this mine also into a geothermal power plant. I know it's slightly out of the zone, but we're going to be using it for all our industrial stuff anyway, so I figure that's close enough. You can't change map physics like that, so you just kind of work with what you got. So let's take and get our power right across here. Where do we want to go to? How about to right there? We'll figure out what to fill in there later. Let's go ahead and grab our smelter, since we're going to need that. And we're going to pop 2 of those down right there. We'll grab this metal road here. We'll come around the back. There we go. We'll go around to this side as well. There we go. And then maybe we'll put some stuff here for productivity. Or maybe just a fence to keep beavers sort of out of the geothermal plant that'll go there eventually. They'll get that all set up here in just a minute. Now, some of our industry is already in, and as you can tell, we had to put a power plant, well, a couple of power generating items down here, but that's okay. They'll eventually all get moved to a different area. No big deal there, right? While we're waiting, let's go ahead and get in a couple. This isn't really... We're going to move you. That's what we're going to do. So for now, we're going to make this road red so we remember to remove it later. Do I want to put it that way? No, I don't want to put it that way because I want to use some of that area. So let's get rid of that. We'll come back in, clear these roads out. Let's see. Those roads right there. All right, maybe not all those roads. There you go. And we're going to come down and off the cliff. And I think here we are going to put in some of these. Now, question is, for the moment, I guess what we're going to do is... Yeah, let's go unlock a couple of these. All of these vertical power shafts, which are an excellent idea. Very grateful to the mod makers for that. Let's take one out of right here. We're going to come across here. And we're going to go with... I'm going to go with 2 universal ones here so they go every which way. And then we'll do that and connect them in there. There we go. We actually want this one. There we go. And that should get us at least a little bit of a leg up on what's going on. Let's toss in a couple more of these gear workshops, just so we have them. And what are we looking at in science? I don't know if that's enough to unlock both dynamite and the factory. 6 and 400. Actually, that's just the perfect amount. So we're going to need those. But really, before we can do that, I should have unlocked the paper mill. That's okay. We'll get back up to that in just a minute. Let's see. We would like these for now. Where? Oh, landscaping. There we go. We're going to do... Let's remove this. There we go. Get our dynamite factories in. Now we'll just simply come over the edge over here. Not going to need that or that. Connect our power lines in. That can go there. This can go here. And this and this. Now, you could use one of these high power shafts, but that'd force me to go a little farther than I really want to. So, we're going to go one here, one here, one here. And, oh, I need one more here, it looks like. There we go. That should get everything connected in, and will let us start making some more stuff. Not quite the paper mills yet. We'll check back on that here in just a second. So we've got more of this put in here, but with the folk tales, and, well, they're not the folk tales, these are the iron teeth. One of the big things for them is these gravity batteries. Anytime you're using wind power, I guess. So we're going to do 2 of those, but we're also going to do... We have enough for the engine. We're going to toss in an engine as well. And we're going to start with working on these engines and getting them set up and running so that we have more constant power. In fact, let's do those rather than that. We are going to... Let's choose a different path for our power area. How about a stone path? That seems... pretty good. We will just do this. There we go. And then for power to connect in, we're going to have to put in a couple of things, I think. We need a 4-way from here. There we go. We're going to need the straight out ones like so. Now we can probably use this without too much issue. There we go. And we're going to put in, you know, we can actually use a 3 here. Let's pause you until you get everything else built. Now, how are we going to get around to get up there? I think we're just going to do this the easy way. Toss in a set of steps right here, and they can build right up to that. There we go. That'll let that get in. And as for trees, now we can start planting down here to keep this power place running. So let's see what we can do on the tree front here. Now, since these are specifically for power, we're not going to include those as resources, or at least I'm not going to. So we're going to put this right here, and we're going to put, let's see, we need... actual trees. There we go. We're just going to do maples here. Now, there's no way to control what goes where, but that is okay. We will work with that as we go. Let's go ahead and put in woodcutters here. There we go. Specifically for this area. Not that they, again, will stay there, but... that's more of a game thing than we can't do that thing. So we're just going to pretend like these trees only go to feeding that engine up there. We are starting to run low on water, so let's go ahead and get in a safety pump, I guess you could call it, or up here. We'll switch that around. There we go. So that we can get even more stuff in if we need to. And hopefully that will help us bring in some water. Let's set those up to slightly higher priority. All right. And they will take care of that from here. Well, it looks like our fine city here is starting to take on some injuries. We only have one bed for them. So let's go ahead and make a couple more nice places for these beavers to rest. We're going to put a couple here on the edge as well, just so they can take care of themselves, get that stuff built. They'll need a plank for that, but they'll get to that here in just a minute. We've almost got our first bit of industrial sector up there. However, what I think I need, since we've been barely making these, is a little more storage for water. So we're going to unlock this large tank, and we're going to set it right... You know what? This can probably go in the storage area. That would probably make more sense for it. These can be, the beavers come here after work or going to work to get a little bit of a drink, but this here, this is the one where they keep all the water in it at all times. So let's go ahead and get that in there. That's right, we needed paper, so let's go ahead and put in a couple paper mills here. Yep. We'll put one right there. And we'll put one... Do I want to put it here or here? You know what? I like it there, and we will figure out what to do with some of those empty spaces. And to keep going with a little bit of extra water, just so we can get as much as possible, let's go ahead and get in some more of these. And we'll need the 2s, and we'll get another one in here with the water. We're just going to put it like that. That looks nice. There we go. We're still behind on beavers, and we've already gone back to the point where we've got beavers outdoors again. So let's go ahead and set up yet another house over here. This is turning out to be a pretty interesting looking district. We'll go ahead and get that set up, and then here I think we will put in something like that, and then we will go... Let's just use another set of stairs here, and we will do another well-being. You know what? Let's put... Well, we'll put this up here, but we're going to put it facing this way. Put this little frog statue up here. And then we're also going to put in... Oh, how about a shrine? Right here. There we go. And then let's put in some decoration. Let's go with an outward-facing bench so they can all look at all the cool stuff that's going to go over there. And we'll grab the path and go from maybe here. I like that. We'll build that up and go there. With our industrial section up and started, there is a couple of resources we still need, mainly the ones that we'll be getting from over here, which makes sense, this is the resource center, but we'll be getting them from our tapper shack. So let's go ahead, see if we can find a place to put in a tapper shack. I think we're going to start with putting it in, let's say, how about here? That should cover just about everything. There we go. And there's some maple syrup here on these, along with some pine resin over here. It looks like we've got plenty of science to go ahead and unlock the wood workshop, which we're going to need here eventually anyway. So let's put down 2 of those so that when we get the pine resin, we'll be able to handle that. Also, let's switch out some of these roads here. We're going to do this. We said we were going to use metal on these, so that's what I plan to do. Path, Here we go. There's the roads. Metal path here. There we go. Let's also take and see if we can get something in here, maybe, that would transfer power. Let's go with the 4s. So we'll do this one, then this one. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. We've started getting some dynamite in here, so we're going to work on expanding out our water section just a little bit here. We're going to start with just making this area, first of all, a little bit bigger. In fact, actually, we don't want that one. We want, let's just start with these two right here. And we will start back here as well. And we'll see if we can turn most of this into some kind of large storage container for water back here. We're going to set this field here and see if we can get even more water saved up. And eventually, we will just work our way down from there, getting more and more water as we go. The other thing I want to do while I'm here is I'm going to go ahead and remove 4 of these right about in the center here. And we're going to take a look and we're going to get this irrigation tower V2. I've used some of these and they have pretty good effect, and it lets us get rid of a lot of these water dumps and saves on a beaver here or there. Now this is a tree farm that's getting started to basically power our engines over here, but we could definitely use a lot more trees in this area. So what we're going to do is take some of this dry land and make it a little more fertile. We're going to use another one of these irrigation towers. We're just going to drop this right there, and then we're going to take a ladder just so people can get down to it. There you go. And then we just need to take this road around. Let's take a look and see what we have in the way of housing. Let's get a large row house in here, just for a bit different look. Here we go. Grab that. There we go. There's a row house for us. That'll house some more beavers when we need it. Our next big step in our industrial journey is one of the bigger ones in the whole game. We are going to start putting up some of the golem factories here. In fact, we're going to lay down 3 of the bot factories. There we go. And we are going to put 2 assemblers on top. And instead of putting these out here like this, what I usually do is just grab these ladders and we will make pathways up to them. Now, we're just going to drag the power line over from here until we figure out what we want to put in here. It might be more bot assemblers eventually. It might be more of something else, but we'll figure that out. Let's put in power. We're just going to drag this right along the back here. And then we're definitely going to need another one of these. So let's get another engine in here. There we go. We're going to get the road that connects them there. There we go. And our golems finally made it in. It's going to take a cycle or 2 maybe to get some golems going. So in the meantime, we are going to take and make a packaging plant. And this will help us with our food efficiency, hopefully. We're going to make 2 of them just so we have some to make basic and some to make maybe the more advanced ones. It's not like we have a lot in here to store right now, but we are missing storage for our, let's see, we want our industrial pile. We're going to put you right there, and we're going to put you right there. And here we are going to store the treated planks. And then here, looks like we'll eventually store some dirt. That's an odd place to store dirt, but if it goes in there, it goes in there. And to get up there, we're going to remove this. we are going to put in another ladder here, and then we'll simply build across the top here. And there we go. That should connect them all in. And look at that, 30 on the goals. So we're doing pretty well. I'm not sure we're ever going to have this much maple syrup, but it'll be a good place to store some maple syrup should we need all that extra maple syrup for whatever we make. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in. We can always switch it to water if we need. We're starting to get a lot of injured beavers in here, so I think we're going to take a pause from the industrial, and we're going to go ahead and grab, let's see, the healer. That's what we're going to need. We're going to put it right here in the middle of the residential area. We are definitely going to need some dandelions, too, I think. Yeah, we'll put a field of them right here. And hopefully that gives us enough. I always seem to make too many dandelions for some reason, so hopefully that will help with that section, and that can all be gathered, so we just need to wait for them to be planted. Part of the way through Cycle 14, it looks like we have our first bot, and we'll be assigning them water duty, just so that we know that they're always getting the stuff they need. Now, something I did forget about putting up is a charging station. We are going to need one of those at least. So let's see if we can find a nice place for this. This actually looks like a pretty good place at the moment. Let's grab this road. We'll just put that back here. We'll tell them that is the utmost importance, and they can build from there. As you can see, my poor camp here is mixed with bots that are out of energy and injured beavers. So, as for the injured beavers, I went ahead and put a bot into our healer, and hopefully they're getting medicine to all of these places. Looks like they're still working on it, so hopefully that picks up here in a minute. As for the charging, we've already got one charger, and it's not fully in use, and I don't know why. But we're going to build a second one right here to back it up so that they have two options to go to. We're going to have to put in some chargers for our bots. So let's drop those in real quick. And we'll just put in more than we really need. That way, how about 5 of them for now? And since they won't go around this ladder, we'll do that and this. And they can get started, and hopefully that helps with our injured and our missing worker problem. The next thing I really want to get in here is one of these number crunchers so that it will boost our science up much, much higher than it is right now. We are going to have to probably do a little work here real quick. We're going to remove these. We're going to make a path that comes out and around. And then let's go ahead and get rid of this part of the path. There we go. We'll grab that number cruncher, and we'll make this the highest priority of anything so that it gets done pretty quickly. Our golems can start up again, and they can get their charge boost just like they need. Back over in our resource area, I think we're going to take a road out and around the edge of this area here, because eventually we're going to build all of this up and make it into a huge reservoir. But for now, we're going to need that road. We're also going to need, let's get, for now, this in here. And that way we can move these trees, which are out of our resource zone, into this area, which is in our resource zone. What we're going to do is lay out our plans for our large reservoir here while we're working on some other things. So I'm going to grab the terrain block. Now, I can't get dirt yet, but that's not that big of a deal, really. We are going to be able to get that here before too long. Let's go ahead and we'll fill in this one block here, and then we will fill in this one and this one. And from here, I think we're going to take this area out because they should still be able to get up there. And we'll come back to putting that in. We're also going to take this out right here. So we'll wait until we can get terrain blocks before we put that back in and waste that nice easy trip up there. With our number cruncher in, we did finally get enough to pick up our dirt excavator, so we can start getting some dirt there. We're going to put you there for now. It might move, but that's okay. We're going to put a couple of these in here as well. Let's see. Can I get one more? Yep. We'll do that and use those for power. And here... Oh, I might have to take out a tree or two. Well, we'll just come around for now. We'll do this, and then we will put in a ladder to get in here. There we go. I think for a little reserve water, just in case we need it, we're going to put in a dam up here. Plus, it just looks a little nicer if that stays green. So, let's toss in some levees right about here. Looks good. Yeah, let's do that here. Let's see. That should be fine. We'll put those in here. Here, we'll go this, and then we'll put dams in on this side. And that should direct the water out that way. Let's go here. Plus, that gives us a nice crossing into this area where we can start looking into maybe some kind of power battery here that we were going to in the first place. So we don't lose access to the mine here. We're going to build a wall around it, and hopefully, just hopefully, it stays out from underwater, even though it's actually going to be inside of the reservoir. We're going to take a couple blocks here. Maybe those should go the other way, but that's going to be all right. We're going to do something like that, and that should protect us from the first level. Now we're going to drop a ladder in here because I don't know how deep that's going to get. Looks like we have a bunch of beavers sleeping outdoors again. So let's grab a couple more row houses here. And then I think we're going to move this one. And we should probably move this one too. So let's put these back in there. There we go. As for this, let's put a smaller house right about there. With more power incoming, we're going to try and get our power lines moved maybe underground, as you can see here. Hopefully, somehow, we can get the power through and get these 3 dynamite in. Once those are in, we should be able to connect everything back up. We'll find out, though. We've started digging out this trench now. We're going to drop in a universal joint here and connect it back in here so we can still have power for a bit. But we are also going to put in our underground ones, which we can replace out at any time with one of these or one of these. And then we're also going to do this and this. Keep our power running for right now. Let's go ahead and put in this here. And this will be where our large reservoir ends. Finally getting up to 4,000 science. Let's go ahead and unlock our efficient mine. We'll put that in there. And they can build that. And we want this to be all bots because it's a dangerous place for beavers to work. Looks like we're a bit behind on the power production. The windmills aren't reliable and we don't have any batteries, so we're going to just add in more and more engines, and hopefully we'll get the geothermal power plant up and running here before too long. We just have to have the science to actually buy it. But for now, let's put in another engine. Here we go. And then we might put another one even beyond that. Let's get these in. We'll get one more engine. We're going to pause building on both of those, though, because I would like to have the power lines behind them in first. Do this, that, this, and this. We'll make this the highest priority so we know that it gets done. And then we'll connect that in here. Connect all this up by roads. There we go. And we will hopefully get a little bit extra power before we get to our geothermal power plant that we're going to put right there. Now, to get across the back of this here, since we've got basically 4 that we can go up, I'm going to use these pretty much build anywhere platforms. We're going to come right across there. There we go. And we will start working on getting this next level up. Let's remove this path here. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put in for the landscaping blocks to go ahead and come around the back here. Well, they're going to have to go there anyway, so might as well put those in. And actually, it would be better if those face the other way, wouldn't it? Because then they could get more surface area on it. Let's see. Let's go this way. And that should help get some stuff started here. This we can remove. Yep. And there we go. There's that. And we will go ahead and toss dynamite down on this as well, as this level should be covered for the mine. And we'll go ahead and set up to put in dynamite here as well. It looks like we've got enough of our science to go ahead and unlock the first part of our geothermal plant here. So we're going to toss you in right there. Now that takes a ton of resources to build, but we'll get that one in here before too long. So our industrial section, our terraces are starting to come in there. We've got our golems in. We've got a geothermal power plant started, and it can run. We just have to watch our water whenever we do that. We've got a good portion of the nice reservoir over here cut out for plenty of extra water. We've pretty much got our resources section all set up and ready to go. So I think we're going to leave it there for today. But just want to say thank you very much for stopping by, and hope to see you next time. Bye.